Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Matt Letter and today we're going to continue the Pillars of Eternity Let's Play series. So this time we're in the First Fires and we do want to go to the Crucible Keep, maybe the Ducal Palace, but also the Vaillian Embassy since we have Pallegina with us. First of all, let's see about them Gold Pack Knights. Call for interested patrons. Can we actually talk to you? Nope, we can't. Oh well. So let's move up here. And go in. Come on. And while it's loading, one word. I absolutely love the speed mode. I know that's more than one word. But boy, am I happy they actually implemented that. Hi Altmar, long time no see. So we're looking for Dunstan. Hello, my man. Got something for you. Something else on your mind? Forge Knights, that's what they call them, okay? Commander Cliver said you're working with an animancer to build Forge Knights.
So much for his talk of secrecy. I'm building Cleaver's metal warriors. He says they're what we need to keep order in Defiance Bay, so...
Do you disagree with Clive about the Forge Knights? I disagree with him on near about everything, and this is no exception. These Forge Knights won't solve our manpower problem. He can call them what he wants, but they are knights. Doesn't take Itumark's nose to smell the trouble here. Group that can't stand together is headed for a fall. He folds his arm and looks at the ground. And don't get me started on the other problem. Those souls he's bought to power these Forge Knights, Clive keeps telling himself that they came from willing donors, but he knows better. There's a reason you have to buy souls through less than legal channels. We should be clearing those scavengers off the road, not doing business with them. Okay, you're buying souls. That's gotta sound off some alarm bells. Okay, and you need Vienna's research to complete them, right? She's been working out a method to transfer the souls into the armor. Getting the process just right is critical. Bind the souls too tightly and you get something like those flesh constructs at the sanitarium. Barely bright enough to avoid walking into a wall. Raises other hand, but bind them too loosely and they'll be too self-aware for their own good. Mad killers in metal bodies. So how are they being created? Suits of armor and souls. Cliver's had me repairing and reinforcing unused armor for months now, just so we can fill them with some poor sod's essence. He wipes his shining brow. As long as the scholar girl's got her numbers right, infusing the armor with a soul won't be that hard. But that's not what bothers me. Okay, enough about that. Okay, before I give him that stuff, I'll go talk to Cliver again. I'm not even sure I want to give him that stuff anymore. I mean, come on, he's packing in souls into armor. And certainly not from willing donors, I agree with that. Have you found the Vaillian yet? Dunstan needs her research. Yeah, I've got her notes. He nods. Well done, bring them Dunstan at once. When you're finished, I may have more work for you. I'm not sure I want to do that. I really am not.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Go in here. Where's the quartermaster guy? Not in here. In here? Doesn't quite seem like it, no. Where was that guy? The Penhelm? Or something like that? Here. Just have Willa here. Well, let's talk to her for a moment. Okay, she's only got the stuff about Heritage Hill. We're still looking into that. Oh well. Hey, where's Penhelm? Wasn't he in here the last time? Maybe he's here? Here he is. Okay, good. Then let's quick save and talk to him.
Welcome.
Penhelm nods his meticulous groomed head. What brings you back to the keep? Okay, does the name Osric sound familiar? He sniffs. If you've got any self-respect, you won't associate with him. Or with any of his new friends at the expedition hall, for the matter. Scams and delinquents are the lot of them. So, what's the story between you two? Osric has always held some controversial opinions, but they went overlooked for the longest time because his family has such an extensive history of service in the Crucible Knights. He frowns and crosses his arms. He finally went too far. He had the gall to suggest that we had strayed too far from our roots and that some of our officers were beginning to resemble a dear nobility. He rubs the spot on his braces with a silk handkerchief. He would have us all wear rough-spun and fight with forge hammers, and merely reported his statements. Yeah, that history made the knights what they are now. You can't just cast it aside. What good comes of this sentimentality? We've outgrown that past. He waves a shining gauntlet. Sometimes you need to move on. Sagani frowns. Outgrown it like an old sealskin coat? You adapt with the times, sure, but that's a bit naive. So you're wearing his breastplate, it seems? It was. He looks down and admires it. It became property of the Crucible Knights when he was discharged. Now it's mine. And it's not for sale, if that's what you're wondering. Not every day you find armor that was used in the rebellion. Yeah, I really don't like you, man. Okay, so... the Rogue Knight. Okay, so... Osric asked me to retrieve the breastplate from Penhelm. He believes this rival might have forged the documents from Dunrid Row, verifying the purity of his soul. Somewhere in here, in the Crucible Keep? Oh, we already have it? Huh, cool. Oh, I think I picked it up the first time I ran through here. And yeah, I won't hand in the quest for now with Dunstan. I still need a fair bit of pondering on the situation here. Because the whole thing sounds shady as fuck. I do hope there's the chance to talk them out of it once they've tried their hand and it probably failed.
Living in the Deerwood, Adair?
No, not these days. Parents left the country years back during the purges. I think about him a lot.
It's a shame you and your family suffered, even after the Saints' War ended. You Deerwoodens certainly have a knack for holding on to old grudges.
That's pretty true. Okay, so where was Dunrid Row again? Brackenbury, probably. But while we're here, let's visit the Vaillian Embassy in the dead of night. Gonna see what this is about. More quests, most likely. Which I'm always happy about.
Ambassador Augusti, I would speak with you on a matter of some urgency and great importance.
Well, that sounds interesting. Sighing as though remembering some heavy burden, Vincent crosses his arms before replying. Pallegina, this isn't the same matter we've previously discussed. I doubt I will be convinced any more easily. Wow. Aggressive and passionate. Diplomatic or... well, we are passionate. We are the kind wayfarer. Quit stonewalling, pay attention for once. Ambassador Augusti's head snaps in your direction and he gives you a long, disapproving look.
Ambassador, there are issues at stake here that go beyond rogue merchants and a port staying open. Animancy is under attack in Defiance Bay.
Pallegina shakes her feathered fists to empathize her point. We have to protect our interests here, but it also means knowing when to avoid unnecessary entanglements. The Animancers and the locals have problems. They'll work them out, or they won't. Either way, there's too much to risk by getting involved.
If it is outlawed here, what would prevent the same from happening in our republics?
The ambassador's face vacillates between expressions of sympathy and frustration. Pallegina, I do not think your concerns are unfounded, but it's not the place of this embassy to countermand the Republic's policies. Oh, we can be really passionate here. What kind of spineless do-nothing are you? If you and the Dukes aren't going to take her seriously, shove off. Or, if it makes any difference, Ambassador, I'm already looking into the matters Pallegina has spoken of. Let's try that route a little. It doesn't, but it would be fortuitous if your investigations took you to Twin Elms, because that's where Pallegina needs to go.
What is it the Dukes need of me, Ambassador?
The Deerwood's instability has created an opportunity for us to take over the trade with Air Glenfath. We will need to meet with the Glenfathans soon to secure upcoming trade arrangements. The roads to Twin Elms can be dangerous, of course, but that's why you'll be our representative there.
It shows the Ambassador, but won't this provoke the Deerwoodans? Their country is falling apart, and we are already dividing up their trade alliances.
Provoke them into what? Going to war? Through no fault of the Republic's, the Deerwood's armies have been deprived of an entire generation of soldiers. It would be foolish not to take advantage of the situation. If we don't, the Redcrans will. Yeah. Ambassador, that's some cold compassion considering what these people have been through.
More than that, Ambassador, there is a practical element to consider. We may profit in the short term from this arrangement, but what of the future? The Deerwood won't forget, and the Republics may pay the price for it.
The ambassador sighs. We're not the Dukes, Pallegina. It's their decision and our job to carry out the orders. It's not like they're asking you to assassinate someone. Pallegina raises an eyebrows and clenches her jaw, but remains silent. Pallegina, shakes his head. Go to Twin Elms. Speak to the Amenefath, impress upon her the instability of the Deerwood, and reassure her of the Vaillian Republic's desire to open safe trade.
Of course, Ambassador.
After a long and uncomfortable pause, Pallegina exhales deeply, the lids of her eyes closing briefly as she slumps in acceptance. The ambassador nods and smiles paternally. He then looks to you. I know you planned on investigating this crisis together, but I hope you understand Pallegina's responsibilities. I understand, but we're still going to investigate it, responsibilities or not. Vincent bristles and turns to Pallegina. Will the Dukes need to hear more about Pallegina Mesre's wild adventures?
Of course not, Ambassador. I will attend to the Amenefath as soon as I am able to travel to Twin Elms.
Good. Now if you will excuse me. Yeah, spineless fits quite nicely with that guy.
Could have gone better. Could have gone worse. I appreciate that you stood up for me, but it's hard to persuade the Ambassador to go against the Duke's orders.
Yeah. I know you're right, Pallegina. We may find a way to, for you to fulfill your obligations while looking into what's really going on around here. Don't worry.
Enough wisdom for both of us. Now, I just need to find out how to get to Twin Elms before the Ambassador loses his patience.
We'll get there together. You pause in thought. Still, I fear that making this deal with the Glenfathans will further weaken the Deerwood and make trouble for the Republics in years to come. Yep, that's us. Follow your heart. Do what you believe will be the best for the Republics.
I wish I knew.
Well, she speaks true. It's hard to know. So... Oh, to the waterline completed. Right, it was the merchant vessel that was sunk. After traveling north from Gottheimer Citadel, Rodra arrived in the Redcran port city of Bernhold. Several of the pirates had landed there and sold much of their stolen booty. Tips and rumors from the merchants and criminal elements led Rodra to the Bone Isles, a small archipelago northwest of Redcrest. The more foolhardy pirates put up a fight, but most of them fled with the small scraps of cargo. In the end, Rodra managed to recover over half of what was stolen. One item, a small curious diving bell, went unclaimed by the conglomerate of merchants and had to be paid for the recovery. So 822 experience, money, and Irva's diving helmet. Okay. Defense against dragon breath attacks and poison attacks. Okay. But minus perception. Not great, not bad. We live with it. Oh, anything somewhere in here? Not really. Only stuff to steal, and we're not into that. Out we go. And then to Brackenbury, I believe, to the Dunrid Row guys. Let's see about that guy's affidavit. Brackenbury, here we come. Which reminds me, I forgot something I want to check up upon. This would be the perfect time. If it's still there, that is.
Don't bother the caddy, Tamak. You'd have better odds against a Stelgar.
Ah, there she is, Cyril. Let's talk to her. You should have seen the looks on the nobles' faces when I moved in. Yeah, I can guess as much. So, this is Sanitarium, Raymond's Manor. This is where we need to go.
Gods keep you.
Oh, it's nice to see you and all, but I really need to focus on my studies. Are you the animancer who's been buying relics from Immortal? I don't know who you're talking about, but I work with theories, not rocks and potsherds. Anything else? Okay, I'll leave you. Let's go inside. Maybe I'm wrong about the Dunridge Row. Maybe it wasn't Copper Lane. Yeah, this is definitely not the one I was thinking about. Well, something here we can take. More books. Saint Waitwin, Farmer Become God. I really need to get my ass in gear and do some of the lore episodes. Fallen way behind. Okay, so, Copper Lane then. Apparently,
Durance, do you take anything seriously? Or is the entire world just a setup for your idiotic punchlines?
The world is the punchline, Birdwoman. In all its weakness. Would you kill the messenger?
If he were as annoying as you, I'd consider it.
they don't get along either. Okay, so, Copper Lane. So, let's see. Is it here or is it not? Should be, it certainly wasn't an Inandra's gift. So this is the only place that remains. Cool. Am I going insane or what? Let's move here for now. See if it's in the Scriveners. Oh, I doubt it. Where the hell was that location? I've been there, I know. I've been basically told off. Let's check. Unread row, yeah, it doesn't say anything else. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries? That could be. I know I've been in there as well. I think this is it actually. I will know when I see the first screen here. Yep, that's it.
All these pages serve no better use than fuel for the fire.
Okay, let's talk to Fixer. And he doesn't want to talk.
Welcome.
Ah, okay. The woman barely glances up from the tomes on the table as you approach. You're welcome to browse the stacks, but mind that you keep your voice down. This is still a temple after all, and Grimda doesn't tolerate disorder. There's a temple? Looks like a library. Her eyes grow wide and round. That's because it is! Vail is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption and decryption, concealment and revelation. She raises her hands to the row of shelves. Its guidance comes from understanding of the unknown and the protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Real Mysteries was built to celebrate that. Fascinating. Isn't it? Temples dedicated to Vail tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. Anything else? Who's Grimda? Fexa speaks reverently. Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of our most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing anyway. Scratches behind her ear. You should probably tread lightly around her today. Okay. And this is not the one I was thinking about at first. Where the heck was Dunrid Row? Feels like I'm going crazy here.
slow, Durant. Just because you follow the goddess of fire doesn't mean you need to literally consume everything you come across.
The fire is a favor I grant to those I meet. It makes them stronger, or it ends them mercifully if not.
The remaining unemptied beer steins of the Deerwood quake in fear.
Yeah, she really doesn't have high opinion of him. Okay, let's look around again. The catacombs, first fires, guild mysteries, scriveners, Undella, Forensic, marketplace. Okay, you know what? I'm giving up. I'm really gonna look this up real quick. Be right back. And I'm back. Apparently my first guess was correct, but I just didn't look properly. In Brackenbury, according to a quick Google search. Did he really overlook it? Let's check the map to be really careful this time. Raymond Manor, the Charred Barrel, House Dominel. There, the Hadrid House. That's where they were. I was so close. Damn. Oh well. Some time wasted. Sorry for that, guys. We've got some other exploration done. Let's go inside. And this time we may have that one asshole in the Crucible Knights. Curran. Hello, my friend.
How do you do?
Hello again, my mysterious friend. Show him Penhelm's affidavit. Is this real? Is it signed by you? He holds the page but seems to stare through the words as if something woven in the fabric of the paper. Curran bares his pointed teeth. I remember Penhelm, a preening peacock of a man, his mouth dry and hands moist when I told him he was a sole descendant of an Idirian general, one who'd fought against the Hadrid's rebellion. He scans the affidavit. A forgery, and not the first I've seen. He hands it back to you. But I've no time for the knights and their obsessions. Bring this to his commander, Cliver, and show him the seal. He points to the wax stamped by his forged signature. If he compares it with another, he should be able to spot the difference. What are you so busy with? His small furry hands gesture expansively at the papers before him. Hollowborn, growing unrest, and the ever-present political intrigues. Sorry. With so many missing souls, missing persons are the least of our concerns these days. Oh well. Let's actually look around in here a little bit. Maybe there's someone else to talk to we haven't seen yet. Oh, we've actually earned quite a bit of tax there. 713 isn't a little bit. Okay, let's also go upside. Maybe someone in here we can talk with as well. Well, certainly not in here. No path into here? Ah, okay, it's a door. Didn't see it for a moment there. Okay, so it seems there's nobody else to talk to in here. Good, good. So now we go back to the Gold Pack Knights. And then we're gonna rat out that one asshole. Because he's been a bitch. And I really don't like how he seems to treat people. Whoop. Penhelm's face is white. I just talked to that little cipher, did you? One of my novitiates told me that he'd seen someone in the records room. He takes a slow step towards you, extending his hand. Give me the affidavit. I've done nothing to you. His other hand comes to rest next to his sword. Your superiors deserve to know the truth. What truth? That over a century ago I was some idioms whose dust in the grounds now? His hands grip the sword pommel. I'll ask you one more time. Give that back. Don't be a fool, we're in public. He looks at the novices with him, which is why everyone will be shocked to hear that you assaulted a company of Crucible Knights without provocation. Including one with such a spotless record as mine. Oh boy. Get fucked, man. We need a quick ad script for her. Let's go for aggressive and defensive. Let's go with defensive. Safe. Okay, so everyone engage that motherfucker. We're gonna go ahead with some arcane assaults. I guess he'll probably calm down any moment. Let's also wound him.
Can't get a good
Yeah, the movement AI is strange at times. Just take Penhelm out. Maybe the others will then just calm the fuck down here. There we go. Come on, take him. Everyone's still fighting. That's good. Another novitiate down. These guys, I'm sorry for them. But at least we get some good equipment from that, perhaps. So, whole bunch of stuff, including Osric's family breastplate. Yeah, they actually didn't have that much good stuff here. Okay, let's return to Osric first. In Copperlane. And there we hand in the quest, then we move out to the Crucible Knights and tell them about their not-so-spotless record guy. I mean, I don't like the whole soul reading to find out if they're worthy.
What is it like not to see your children for so long? I imagine it must be difficult.
Ah, damn. Okay, you asked me for one and I said no, not until you're older and more responsible. Do you remember this conversation? Gordon's eyes are fixed on the ground in front of him. Yes, sir. And yet I find you out here, playing with a blade that clearly belongs to the Knights. Do you see a problem? I didn't steal it, honest. I traded a secret for it. He points at you. Ask him. Hammer turns to you. Is what my son says true? He wants to be a Crucible Knight. I thought it was a good way to get him started in an honorable profession. He stares at you for a moment, then shakes his head. Well, I still don't approve of my boy having a weapon, but I'm glad he's no thief. You can keep the blade, but I'll be holding onto it until you're a squire within the Knights. Come along, Gordy. I won't have you loitering around here all day.
Huh?
Even in my souk, I'm on the hunt more than at home. But 5 years. It's been a strain.
Then to your good fortune. Ado Vidorio. May you see them all again soon.
Indeed. May she. 5 years, that's a really long time. Oh well. What duty asks of you sometimes. So let's go to Osric and tell him we've got his breastplate. He should be quite happy about that. Especially since we also killed that motherfucker. Wasn't exactly my intention, but he didn't leave me much of a choice. Is this the armor you wanted? Osric wavers a moment in disbelief. He looks at you, then back at the breastplate. He reaches for it slowly, as if expecting it to disappear before you can touch it. How did you manage this? You're right about the Fedevit. Unfortunately, Penhelm's forced me into a fight. Shame it ended like that. but he's the lying weasel who started this. You did all I asked, and you are owed as much. He withdraws a leather coin purse from his pocket and hands it to you. Stop by Sonal's shop on the other side of the hall. She sells some of the best gear in the city, and I'll see that she opens her inventory to you. So, moderate positive in the dozens, and minor in Defiance Bay. So, what is this armor to you anyway? Nothing really, it's just a keepsake. He tries to look you in the eye, but when he does, he appears to reconsider. He sighs. It commemorates the Order of Magron, highest order of valor, awarded to the dead, never the living. Us dear Woodens, real dear Woodens, we don't have nobility or birthrights, unless you're some copper fucker from Edirn. All we've got is honor rubbing to our family name. The Order of Magron is... well, they don't give it out too much. Not often you see a member of the dozens whose revolutionary ties are as good as he says they are. So this... He pauses, considering the weathered metal, a pale image of its former self, but still catching the light, is something to live up to. Well, that is certainly interesting then. Okay, we've completed that quest. Let's see what she has on offer now. Show me your wares. Oh yeah. That's a bunch of stuff. The dandy hat of the deceased yak. What the ever-loving fuck. Cloak of the Fox and Hunter. Summon noble creature. It summons a beagle dog. You're shitting me. Plus 5 will and 9 reflexes. There's some strange magical artifacts here. Barbarian build. This one. Whispers of Treason. Charm an enemy. Hat slot item. Basically monocle. Doesn't even cost that much. Snurf's Folly. Resolve from Constitution. And then a whole bunch of fine and exceptional war gear. Okay, I think I might actually take the Munasera Arat. Yep. Let's get that thing. One of my characters is gonna get a monocle now. Oh, she can't actually take a head item slot because she is one of those, blessed by the god. I don't remember the name right now. Okay, range on the spell actually. 7 meters, that's good enough. You now have that fun ability. Okay, so let's go outside again. So, I'm gonna end this episode here. We should be well above the half-hour mark by now. I do thank you all for watching and hope you've had some fun. If you did, consider commenting, liking, or subscribing. I'm happy for every little bit. You can also follow me on Twitter at _MattLadder for all the news updates.
Don't bother the caddy, Tumak. You'd have better odds against Estelgar.
She says that again. And yeah, that's it from me for today. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you the next time. Bye bye.